Hello. In this episode, I'm going to share with you three thoughts from Jeremiah chapter 46, verses 27 and 28. Fear not. Jeremiah 46, 27 and 28 read, "But fear not, O Jacob, my servant, nor be dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save you from far away, and your offspring from the land of their captivity. Jacob shall return and have quiet and ease, and none shall make him afraid. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, declares the Lord, for I am with you. I will make a full end of the nations to which I have driven you, but of you I will not make a full end. I will discipline you in just measure, and I will by no means leave you unpunished." Jeremiah speaks to the people of Israel who had fled to Egypt. They fled the coming assault of Nebuchadnezzar. And the message that Jeremiah gives to them is to fear not. After a pronouncement of judgment is made for all of Egypt, they're told not to fear because God has a special plan for Israel. Here are three thoughts from Jeremiah 46, 27, and 28. Thought number one, God will save Israel. This is the great promise that the Lord has for his people. After pronouncements of doom over and over again, after this great pronouncement of the destruction of Egypt by the Babylonians, special concession is made for the children of Jacob. And that special concession is this, that God will save Israel, that they won't be wiped off the face of the earth like that Egyptian nation would be. But the Lord would save a remnant of his own people that he might put at ease. Thought number two, God will be with Israel. While Jeremiah is preaching, the message is that God has left Israel, that he has stepped away from them, that he was no longer going to be with them, he was no longer going to be protecting them because they had defied him. They had worshiped other gods. They had not loved him like he had loved them. But God makes the promise that even though they would be carried away into captivity in Babylon, that God would return to Israel, that he would bring them back to their home, and he would make his dwelling place with them once again. He was going to restore the relationship with his people. That although they broke that relationship, the Lord would be putting it all back together. God would be with Israel again. Thought number three, God will punish Israel. And I think that's a funny thing to be attached to this message that says, fear not, don't be afraid, but you better know that you're going to be punished. It's just that the punishment isn't going to be to the extent that you deserve. No, the punishment that Israel will receive won't be the total destruction and annihilation of the nation, although that is what they deserved, and that is what some of these other nations get. God was going to punish Israel, but their punishment would not be exhaustive. That even as he brings his wrath upon his people, that God is still merciful to them. Being punished doesn't mean that the Lord does not love you. In fact, you could argue that being punishment is a demonstration of the Lord's love. But it also lets us know that the Lord isn't just going to sit idly by as we defy him and there be no repercussions. Israel would be punished, but ultimately God would save them and God would be with them. This gives us a little bit of a glimpse into the character of God and how he deals with his people. That God loves his people, will save his people, will be with his people, and he is not unwilling to punish his people when they need to be punished. These three thoughts come to you from today's reading of Jeremiah chapters 42 through 46. If you'd like to read through the Bible with me, you can do so by joining the Facebook group Through the Bible, where we are reading through the text of Scripture together.